Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm here to see Darren to get my beard and haircut at Gentleman and Robes.
What we're going to do this morning?
I just want to get the sides taken right in on this, a bit of the length taken off the bottom and just tidy it up, make it a bit thinner for the summer, and then bring the sides right up short, and then a bit of length off the top so I can slick it back.
Okay, man. Alright. So we'll taper it up from 0.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to taper this up, and then we'll taper this down. So we'll go from nothing to here, and then nothing to there. Just get some shape. Yeah. Sharpen it right up.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to go in and use the line of the cheek to the ear. You get that nice sharp line. Going in with a 0, and I like to use wool. I like the lightness of this clipper. When you're doing 11-hour days, it's nice to have something a little bit lighter. The battery lasts well. A lot of the boys will adjust their clippers, but I use mine at how it is as a manufacturer uses it. So I go in and put my hard line in, then I soften my lines up. A lot of people like Scott and Josh that work in the shop, they'll 0 gap most of their stuff, but I tend to buy specifically for what I want and just leave it as it is. Whereas if the guys like to modify what they've got, it's just a preference. Generally, I'll stick with one manufacturer as well, so I've stuck with wool. Something I've used for the last 20 odd years. No need to change. I like it. The good thing with these is
it's interesting to know. I've been filming all these barbers, and everyone's got their own little thing going on. You all learn from pretty much sort of the same.
We all cut very differently.
Yeah, everyone's got their own little thing.
Me and Josh probably cut the most similar of the job.
You up for that?
Yeah.
I'll bring the other mic, clip on.
See, for me, I left school at 16, went straight in to do hairdressing. I had my own salon by the time I was 23, and I had 6 members of staff at 23.
Now at 28, you're about.
Now at 28. But for the last 3 years, 4 years, concentrated on purely men's hair. And I will say, and hairdressers will hate me for this, but as a barber you work much harder. This is coming from somebody who's done 20 odd years in hairdressing. As a hairdresser, I thought I worked hard and long hours on my feet, but as a barber, you work so much harder for your money. In our barbershop, we like to try and keep a little bit of shape to the head. I generally try not to clipper right up to the crown area. We tend to try and keep a little bit of natural shape. So we'll keep a little bit of weight through here, because that's how it should sit. The hair should come over and sit on the O-bone. It shouldn't sit, the weight shouldn't sit here and then have the O-bone there. Then you get that dip. So we cut back to the curvature of the head. So before I move to the top, I just start to clean up my edges, so I can see my overall shape better. So I'll take my liners and I'll come round and I'll just give myself a little guide to what I'm doing with the beard, so I know where I'm going with it. Normally I'd leave this weight line here, and then this weight line that you can see through here just above the temple, I build up from that. But my customer prefers the line to be higher. So I'm going to go in with my wand just to take that just a little bit higher in a minute. Purely because that's how you prefer it, isn't it?
Preference,
yeah, it's just down to your preference.
I've had it both ways.
It just seems to last a little bit longer for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, my top side tend to grow outwards.
So if, a lot of barbers, they'll just go straight in with the clippers, and they'll just take this weight out with their clipper and just do clipper over comb. And I'll do that if there's loads and loads of weight there. But if it's more subtle like this is much more of a subtle line, then I don't go in with my clippers. Like the hardcore barber who's not done the hairdressing or will be like, oh, why is he wasting his time with scissors? And, you know, I can do that in 10 seconds with a pair of clippers and just go straight in, scissor and clipper over comb, done. But for me it's about a little bit of control, like having a little bit of control over how much I take away. And if I decide I want to change the shape of it, I can. And if I decide I want to take a bit more out, I can. I give myself options. So I can come in, and now I've gone in with the scissors and I soften that up. I can square it here. But I've already been in with my scissors and soften that line. And all I'm doing is just squaring this off. I'll leave in the top because this is the section that's going to create shape for me for my beard, not this. So I can do the beard and then I can complete the look based on how much this all comes off, then it'll give me a reason to cut that shorter or keep it longer. So I like to freehand a lot of my beards. So people will use scissors and they'll use clippers and they'll use a combination. So I go in forehand this side, and then I'll stay where I am, and I'll go in backhand on the other side. So I'm going one side and then I'm coming in the other side, just about control. And it's about the fact that I can go in backhand on this side and then I don't have to move, I don't have to change my standing position. So I'm seeing the beard from the same position. So I'm not coming in on this side, then moving around the beard, changing my position. I'm always straight on forward, so I just change my hand position. If you get that straight on, you can see how square that is straight off the bat, without having to worry about doing anything else. Square straight away, and then we tweak it after that. Because previously I'd already gone in with a sharp line here, when I started off my haircut, I'd already given myself a nice point to work from, rather than going in and straightening on the beard and then having to sharpen it up afterwards. I sharpened up that line first, so I've got a really strong angle to work from. I'm just teasing the beard. Just teasing it. Just teasing. I'm good at teasing. That's why I wear shorts a lot. That's why I wear shorts and Crocs to work, because it teases everybody. Going with my 2, and the cheek point is always a softer area here, and you can see that there's a heavy density of growth here, and then it fades off. So we're going to naturally go with that, and I'm going to go up and in from that point. I'm not pushing onto the skin so hard. I'm going in really lightly with a 2 until I've decided that I've got the shape that I want. You can see you start to get that taper straight away. So what we're doing is we're using the 2 as like a safety precaution. So we know that we can never take off too much. Then when we're happy with the shape, we go in with an open 1 and start tapering from the top, rather than going in here and then realising it's too short. I can't do anything about that. If I go in there and it's too short, I can come back out. And we just work our way out, and as I work my way towards the density of the beard, I start to come away from the skin. So what we're doing is we're keeping a little bit of length from the front and working our way short to the back. So I angle my fingers appropriately so that we get the length from here, and we work backwards on that angle. Well, if I came across this way and worked from side to side, all that would happen is that I'd end up making it a little bit flat across the top. But by coming in at this angle, starting at the front and working my way back, I can create more shape. I can see the line because I'm pulling my fingers up. It's really important to be able to see exactly what you're doing at all times. I know it sounds really stupid and it sounds really obvious, but it's weird that you see people working from this side and they're working right over and they're cutting here, whereas why not go around the head and do that so you can see exactly what you're doing. And then what happens is if you lean across, you give yourself more elevation on one side than you do the other, and then that's why you end up with a slightly wonky haircut. So these are not thinners, these are texturizers. They're a curved blade. They're a lot softer and a lot finer looking than a thin incissor. A thin incisor's got less teeth and they're a lot thicker. These are a lot finer, and you'll notice this blade's curved in here. And this is actually concave and curved in. So it gives you a real soft finish when you just touch the ends of the hair. Just helps with your blend. Also, when the customer's styling their hair at home as well, it'll feel that a little bit lighter. Because what happens is you see people, they'll go in and they'll cut inwards like that, and then they'll come back and they'll use these to do the very same thing. So do one or the other.
That's perfect. Happy?
Happy, very happy.
Because that's where your head
As always. Now that you've made it to the end of the video, go ahead and treat yourself to some fine Beardbrand products over on our shop. If you're not already a subscriber, be sure to do that. And finally, keep on watching some more of our awesome videos.